Okay, hi, my name is Keith, and I'm the first phase of assembly here in National Resophonic Guitars. And as you can see over here on the rack, Scott will bring in the body and the neck separately, and he'll set them up. And so what I do is I will clean the excess finish off the neck, fit a nut in there, and
Well, I have a bad information for you.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to fit that in there.
Well, you see, we have this neck stick here.
Yeah.
And that is how we get our neck angle, and also we get to set up these blocks. Once we get it centered here, we set it up concentrically to a tailpiece. Use sticks to level it off like these right here. Excuse my mess. Center it. And then it's a process of using a setup cone, or in this case, setup cones, which if I didn't have the C-clamps in, this would sit in the well there, and we would use the appropriate setup sticks to get the neck angle sitting on the 12th fret.
Okay.
And rarely does it work out that way. So what we have to do is add material, which is like in this case is what we did. Add material to get that neck angle correct,
Okay.
or take away by basically zipping off some of the wood on the disc sander. And once that happens, we have our neck angle, and we'll set the stick into the body, and we start trying to work on the fit, and we want to mate this wood neck. In this case, this is a steel painted body.
Yeah.
We're going to mate this to the body, and it's a process of, first of all, just eyeing it and looking at it. A lot of times, you're pretty far off, and so we'll have to use a chisel, carve away from the front or the back. Well, this one I've been working on a while, so you can see I'm kind of close
You're
here.
getting closer.
Yeah, so it's pretty much fit. And final test would be to hold it tight up against the body of the neck there. And see if we can slide any paper in between. And of course, you can see I can slide a little bit towards the back. So I still have a little bit of chiseling to go here.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll mark off the high spots with some carbon revealing strips.
Okay.
And at that point, take the neck back out. It's showing you where the high spots are here.
One moment, I have to get closer. Here you go.
Not moving it too much, am I?
No, now I got you. Okay.
Okay. And so, using the old chisel, chisel off those high spots. Until we're going to get that neck that's sitting flush right up against that body. So let's sandpaper to take out the rough spots. And then again, it's just a continual process until we're completely fit there. And that's looking a little bit better. And sometimes we'll use a little bit of sandpaper to, again, take out the rough spots. And again, still a little bit, so
as usual.
it's a kind of a time-consuming process sometimes. And
Yeah, also it's probably not that easy to have wood connect to metal.
yeah,
They
right.
resize at a different rate with temperature.
And so once I get this fit, I don't have any blocks. These are basically like a bolt-on neck. There'll be a maple block that will be fit to this body.
Okay.
And we have these 5 screw holes here, which will eventually be hidden up with the dots.
Okay.
And we're going to screw the neck into the body and hold it like that. We'll have some big blocks that we'll put underneath to show
it from moving. while
right
you're
to have a little up pressure on the stick, and then I'll put on the tuners, of course, and when I'm done I'll put it up on the rack, and then Jim is our next step in assembly, and he'll take over from there.
Let's go over to Jim
Let's
then.
go over to Jim, yeah.
Let's go to the gym.
Let's go to
Alright, so once I get the guitar from Keith, you can see this one has a superb fit. There's no gaps or anything showing between the neck and the body, which is of course what we look for. So let's see, yeah, after he fits it, there's a maple block that goes under the body, under where the fretboard is. That's, you know, about like that dimensions. 4 attachment screws are screwed through the body into the maple block, and that's what secures the neck. There's no like dovetail joint or anything. There's no glue there. So this is what secures the neck to the body, and I'm just loosening the string so you can see inside here. The stick that you saw in the neck is a permanent fixture of the guitar. It's actually crucial to the structure of our guitars, this particular design. And I'll show you inside why that is. So as you can see, the stick is running through the body. It gets attached at 2 points on the pan here, and that's one of the first things I do. And then when Keith is done fitting it, he'll put 2 large wood wedges between the body and the stick as a temporary structure to push the body out, and when you push up on the stick and down on the body, it closes up the heel to the front of the body really tight. And so for the permanent structure, I'll put these posts and pads in here, figure out, you know, the right pressure to use and put them in, glue them in, and put some nails in just for you know, good measure. And then I'll drill a hole for this this middle screw here. We call the flap screw because this part of the fretboard, you know, that goes over the body is the flap, and so I'll adjust the flap so that it's not like sticking way up or it's not way down. We want just a little bit of fall away because the necks will kind of pull up over time, so I give it just a bit of fall away. And I put a block inside here under the tailpiece, and then attach the tailpiece, and from there I string it up. I also do some neck fitting, but Keith is our main neck fitter, so I do some of the process you saw him doing, but this is my main job here. And I just got the strings on, so as you can see, I've cut slots in the bridge saddle here, and then also at the nut. And from there, it's just
Factory strings are which size?
we use John Pierce 13 to 56. We also have a light gauge that comes standard on our El Trovadors, or you can get it, you know, for any guitars like a special request. That's 12 to 53.
Okay.
So those are the 2 string gauges we use. So now that I've got the strings on it, I make sure the spacing is what it should be at the nut and the bridge, and then basically just, you know, give it a setup, standard setup like you would on most guitars. Just cut the slots down to their proper height, adjust the bow in the neck, and I'll tune it up to pitch and let it sit overnight, and then Scott or Mark will take it the rest of the way through.
Is there a way to adjust intonation and octave on the guitars?
To some extent, basically it involves going like this.
Turning the
Yeah. We will do a completely intonated bridge if people request it, but most people, if they're buying a national, they kind of know what they're getting. They know there's limited intonation abilities just because of the nature of the design.
So looks like we're getting closer to a finished instrument.
This is the finished instrument, yeah. Neck fit, string up, action set. We let it sit overnight, at least one night, tuned up under tension, see what it will do. I take it down and I put all the finishing touches on it. It's a process that we call buttoning up. And much of that has to do with working the neck over, conditioning the neck. The main deal is to take a large, what we call a topping file, and it has a planing effect, and we just get it down to where it's just touching the tops of all the frets, and that's how we know all the frets are at the consistent same height. And then there's several steps after that. A lot of it has to do with smoothing things over, rounding things over, getting it comfortable, playable for the player, Yeah, a lot of finishing touches. Some of them go to the actual biscuit bridge. It has to be, have to make sure that the slots are at the right action and everything like that, and backfile that and put the cover plate on it. I write out a label and glue it in there. I get to sign it.
You get to sign
Most of these have my signature in them, yeah.
Okay.
So that's mainly what I do.
Which does that also include you controlling these guys?
Yes, they're my subordinates. No. I've been here for 15 years. I started out doing what Keith is doing. I fit necks, I string them up, I adjust the action, and button them up.
Well,
So you know good the processes.
Yes,
Before
yeah.
comes to
I'm
you.
done buttoning up. I don't have any more guitars to button up. I was just going to grab that thing over there and start on it, do what Keith's doing, get it, again, do that deal where we adjust the neck angle in relation to the body, the very precise geometry, so you have the right string height at the bridge. And like he said, it's a process, elimination, carving that, and pretty soon it's got a real nice effect. I don't know if you can see that, but that's all hand done, and it's pretty much perfect. They don't come out of the neck department like that. Takes half hour or an hour to do one. Yeah. Until it's ready, and then go ahead and attach it and make it, attach it to the body and make it permanent. So.
Well, continue what you're doing. We love the end result.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah. We got a lot of guys here that have been here for quite a while, and it's a good place to work.
That's good to hear.
I've been here for 15 years, and I think the fact that people come and they find a place where they like to work often reflects and shows in the quality.
Especially, just to give more information for the folks back home.
Yeah.
America in general is a place where people move on. In regard to jobs and in regard to houses.
Keep moving around,
Keep
yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
Which is why in Germany people stay where they are, they want to keep the house.
Mm-hmm.
They build a house
Yeah.
out of brick.
Yeah.
In America they're going to move on, they build a house
Yeah.
out of wood.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
15
this is-
years is pretty long for
Yeah.
America, but you have to point it out for the folks back home, because the Germans would say 15 years, yeah.
That's
I've
not
been
bad.
there for 30.
That's not bad. Well, I broke my own record for time on a job 12 years ago.
12 years ago, yeah,
Yeah.
which was 3 years before.
Yeah. My wife is Dutch,
Okay.
and I met her there, And yeah, they're very staid people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her parents lived in the same house they lived in when I met her back in 1981,
Yeah,
you know?
that would be the European scenario.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that, you know?
No, definitely not.
We all act like we're restless and it's not good enough, and we always got to keep moving around, but it's good to find something where you're contented.
Oh,
Yeah.
And today I'm very happy to have the chance to be back,
Yeah.
getting out of the NAMM show noise
Yeah.
to a place like San Luis Obispo.
Some people
It's really
love
like a
that, yeah.
vacation.
These guys over here love that. I haven't been to the NAMM show in 12 years.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Depends on what you like.
So.
Yeah, well.
Shut here along the instrument.
There it is.
Okay, where would be your signature so people can confirm when they have
Well,
an instrument it was
well,
signed by you?
You look through the F-hole and you can see the label. Well, I put my signature back here. You wouldn't see it unless, for some reason or another, you open it up to repair it or something like that.
Alright.
It's down in there.
Well, anyway, people know most likely you did the finishing touches on it.
Yeah.
We say goodbye.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.